How many Christmas wishes do we get as the next to last week of the NFL season approaches? Here are 4. That the NFL doesn't try to sneak in one last Thursday night game, now that the TNF schedule officially ended last week. That we go a week without an MVP candidate getting knocked out with injury, after 2 straight weeks of it happening. That there's not a single appearance of an index card or the phrase did not survive the ground in any game. And that there's no reason to discuss workplace leg shaving at any time. As for the games themselves, 13 of the 16 spread over 3 days this holiday weekend have playoff implications, including, amazingly, both games that will compete with the NBA on Christmas Day. More Week 16 NFL picks against the spread. Week 16 NFL picks, predictions, all-time ZT More watch NFL in US. Live and on-demand with Fubo TV 7-day trial. Indianapolis Colts 311 at Baltimore Ravens 86 Saturday, 4:30 p.m. NFL Network. If there were such a thing as controlling your own destiny, which there isn't, because destiny can't be controlled, the Ravens would control theirs. Win their final 2 games, both at home, against Colts and Bengals teams with a combined 8 wins as of this week, and their wild card. The Colts looked as if they hit a wall last Thursday and losing badly to the Broncos and Brock Osweiler. The Ravens' Alex Collins is doing sort of a reincarnation of Justin Forsett out of nowhere and into the top 10 in NFL rushing 844 yards. Prediction: Ravens 2,710, Minnesota Vikings 113 at Green Bay Packers 77 Saturday, 8:30 p.m. NBC. The euphoric belief that Aaron Rodgers would lead the Packers on a Super Bowl run upon his return evaporated in less than 48 hours with their loss in the Falcons' Monday night win. Having him back wasn't good enough against the Panthers, so how good will it be against a better Vikings team, bitter rivalry or not? Also, this is the team that broke his collarbone in the first place. There just are no good signs for the Packers in this one. Prediction: Vikings 3,724, Atlanta Falcons 95 at New Orleans Saints 104 Sunday, 1 p.m. Fox. It's their second meeting in 3 weeks. The Saints won in Atlanta last time, saved by the dramatic Deion Jones end zone interception. The importance for both teams' playoff chances can't be overstated. The challenge for the Saints is stopping Julio Jones. For the Falcons, it's slowing Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara. Trust the Falcons' defense more, and trust Jones just about as much. Prediction: Falcons 2,624, Marvez Devonta Freeman warms up just in time for Saints game. Tampa Bay Buccaneers 410 at Carolina Panthers 104 Sunday, 1 p.m. Fox. The Panthers may have a lot of what they call distractions this week, but they won't be distracted enough to let the bad luck and bad playing Bucs come into their building with this much at stake and let them take this game. The way Cam Newton is playing lately brings to mind how hurt he had to have been all of last season, from beginning to end, because it simply looks like an aberration in hindsight. Prediction: Panthers 3,117, Buffalo Bills 86 at New England Patriots 113 Sunday, 1 p.m. CBS is resourceful and resilient as the Patriots continue to prove themselves to be. Let it not be forgotten that they needed the break of the year, the touchdown reversal at the end, to beat the Steelers. Being just as resourceful and resilient should be good enough against the Bills, who are not laughingstocks lately. They might not break a lot on defense, but Tyrod Taylor and LaShawn McCoy should be able to bend them a few times. Prediction: Patriots 2,418, NFL playoff picture. Week 16 clinching scenarios. AFC breakdown, NFC breakdown. Detroit Lions 86 at Cincinnati Bengals 59 Sunday, 1 p.m. Fox. The Lions aren't going to apologize for their schedule, especially if it helps them get into the playoffs. They've won 2 straight over the Bucs and Bears. They get the Bengals now and they finish with the Packers. It's going to have to be Matthew Stafford or bust. He's 3rd in the NFL in yardage. His team is 2nd to last in rushing yards. Of course, the Bengals look like a team mailing it in the last 2 weeks' losses by a combined 6,714, ever since they had hunt fest against the Steelers. The Lions might just need to show up. Prediction: Lions 306, Miami Dolphins 68 at Kansas City Chiefs 86 Sunday, 1 p.m. CBS. The Chiefs are 21 and averaging 29 points a game since Andy Reid gave up play-calling duties to coordinator Matt Nagy. They appear back on track and in control of the AFC West race. Dolphins threw away all the momentum they'd gained from beating the Patriots by losing to the Bills, and by Jay Cutler throwing a hideous interception to clinch it. The Chiefs are another team unlikely to flinch now that their goal is in clear sight. Prediction: Chiefs 3,814, Cleveland Browns 0-1-4 at Chicago Bears 410. Sunday, 1 p.m. CBS. Is it foolish to use the term winnable games when discussing the Browns? Sure, when the Bears are next on the schedule. The Browns somehow have a more stable outlook for the future than do the Bears, whose coach and general manager are living on borrowed time. They looked downright inept against the Lions last week, at least as much as the Browns often do. If not now, Browns, then never. Prediction: Browns 16-13, Denver Broncos 59 at Washington Redskins 68. Sunday, 1 p.m. CBS. Washington handled a largely meaningless game in front of a half-empty home stadium last week in beating the Cardinals, and now they get to try again against the Broncos. There will be emotion over it possibly being Kirk Cousins' last home game with the team, but with the contentious relationship with the front office, who knows what that emotion will be. Also uncertain everything about the Broncos' quarterback situation, now and later. Prediction: Washington 2016, Los Angeles Rams 104 at Tennessee Titans 86. Sunday, 1 p.m. Fox. If the Titans end up sitting at home for the playoffs, they will curse their loss to the 49ers most, no matter how much of a prodigy Jimmy Garoppolo seems to be. The regret will be greater with the Rams on deck, because the Rams seem in no mood to let anyone deter them from an NFC West title and their best possible playoff seeding, as they proved with that beatdown they laid on the Seahawks. Marcus Mariota can't feel much ease about this after seeing what the Rams did to Russell Wilson. Prediction: Rams 3,119, Los Angeles Chargers 77 at New York Jets 59. Sunday, 1 p.m. CBS. Logic dictates that the Chargers' pass rush, Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram, have a combined 21.5 sacks, will feast on an inexperienced quarterback like Bryce Petty's second start of the season, 6th of his career. The Jets didn't seem to miss Muhammad Wilkerson against the Saints, and they might be preparing to not miss him anymore this season. Phillip Rivers slipped off track last week against the Chiefs for the first time in a month, but with their postseason lives on the line, he has reason to get back on. Prediction: Chargers 2,717, Jacksonville Jaguars 104 at San Francisco 49ers 410. Sunday, 4:05 p.m. CBS. While his 30 record as a starter can't be picked at too much, Jimmy Garoppolo probably should have stashed a few touchdowns in the bank during that run. The 49ers scored 3, while Robbie Gould kicked 15 field goals. They're not going to break through for too many against the Jaguars' defense. Meanwhile, in Blake Bortles' last 3 games, also 3 wins, he has 903 yards, 7 touchdowns and no interceptions. Prediction: Jaguars 269, Seattle Seahawks 86 at Dallas Cowboys 86. Sunday, 4:05 p.m. Fox. The naysayers calling out the Cowboys for dragging out the Ezekiel Elliott appeals and delaying his suspension were premature. Here the Cowboys are now on a 3-game win streak, and with Elliott back, Dak Prescott is no longer an anchor around the offense's neck. Des Bryant keeps popping up and resembling his old self. The Seahawks, meanwhile, have been a shadow of their old selves the last 2 weeks. If they're going to find themselves, this is their last real chance. Prediction: Cowboys 17-15, New York Giants 212 at Arizona Cardinals 68. Sunday, 4:05 p.m. Fox. The Giants didn't play like they wanted to lie down for a better draft pick last week against the Eagles. That doesn't mean they didn't revert to their inept selves at the wrong time, or that they won't go ahead and look as if they're lying down in the desert this week. Such a coincidence that one of the final acts of an era of Giants football will play out on the field where they shocked the unbeaten Patriots in Super Bowl 42. The Cardinals are not good, but they'll be good enough. Prediction: Cardinals 3,621, Pittsburgh Steelers 113 at Houston Texans 410. Monday, 4:30 p.m. NBC and Amazon Prime. The Steelers are playing without Antonio Brown, and for Brown's sake, a playoff bye would benefit him and them as he recovers from his calf injury. They managed to fill in for him on the fly against the Patriots, so they should be able to form an actual game plan this week. If they can keep Stabby and Clowney reasonably in check, they can get away with it. Prediction: Steelers 3,313, Oakland Raiders 68 at Philadelphia Eagles 122. Monday, 8:30 p.m. ESPN. When the Raiders fall into an early hole, they fall in deep. The latest one was last week, 100 to the Cowboys at halftime. If they think they can get away with that against the Eagles, Nick Foles or not, they can just plan their off-season vacations now. The Eagles will know by game time whether they're playing to clinch home field advantage throughout the NFC playoffs. Prediction: Eagles 2,417.